Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. We've got a perfect night for baseball on the show. It's the San Diego Padres taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Just about set to go now. And towing the slab here, Zach Wheeler.
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up for a hitter. Also, get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Check swing, and he went 0-1.
0-1.
Next offering is fouled back. Tatis waits. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Castellanos gets under it. Pulls it down, and he makes the catch. And there's one down. As we take a look at the Padres lineup, this is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Singy.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Boog. These players have been around the game for a long time, and they may not have the flash that they once did, but they've got the wisdom to be able to understand different situations, be able to think with the opponent and sometimes in front of the opponent. And you always seem to see a team like this. They come to the ballpark, they know how to get down to business, and they understand what the job is at hand.
One down, base is empty. That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Ball to strike. On the ground, right side. A dive. Nice stop. It's there, and that's a great play.
Well, he looks so comfortable making that play. Dives, comes up with it, and then from one knee, like he's just playing catch with his kid. Nice throw across the diamond at first.
Manny Machado up to the plate. Ball one, no strikes. Next offering is fouled back. And that skips in the dirt. And that one popped in the air, left field. Brings it in, and that is that. On to the bottom of the first. No score. Back at Citizens Bank Park. And our starting pitcher here today, Dylan Cease.
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working. But if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
That hit him. And the leadoff man is aboard to start the inning. Trey Turner at the plate. Third baseman playing on the edge of the grass looking for the sac bunt. Fastball for a strike.
Hey, partner, back in 2023, Turner homered off the same pitcher twice in the same inning. Only a few players have ever done it, and his were against his former team, the Washington Nationals.
And the 0-1. Just missed.
This is one of those situations defensively where you can't try to do too much. You got to make sure that you field the ball cleanly and get 1 out first. It's going to be tough to get 2 with this kind of speed in the batter's box.
Strike 2. On its way to the corner. And that's a foul ball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
The next offering misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Line drive. Nabs it. And there's 1 away.
Batting third, the designated hitter, Kyle.
And time now for the Phillies lineup. And with their ace on the mound today, they're just looking to provide him a little bit of run support, and they'll see what they can do for him.
Boog, you have to be really careful when you've got a guy like this on the mound for you to not become a spectator. You know that he doesn't give up a whole lot, but sometimes guys get a little too comfortable and don't have an urgency to score runs. You have to make sure you put him in a situation where he can get the W, but also you guys can cruise to the finish line and not have to worry about a comeback in the end.
Kyle Schwarber, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Pitch is in for a strike, and the count is 0-2.
That fastball at the bottom of the zone can be very effective. Just got to keep it on the corners.
And the right-hander deals. Swings and misses. He swung over top of the curveball.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard.
Runner takes off. That one the other way. And that's a base hit. To second, there's Bogarts. That ends the frame. We move on to inning number 2 here in Philadelphia. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Second inning set to go. Luis Arraez stands in. Wheeler back to work. That one fouled off. Fastball gets the inside corner at the knees.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
That misses the zone. Now 1-2.
This guy at the dish excels in 2-strike counts. Got to be careful with him out there on the mound.
That one ripped. Dives, but it falls. And now it looks like extra bases. Into second easily with a leadoff double.
Good two-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for
the
some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock. Runner in scoring position now and a good opportunity to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Runner in scoring position. No outs. Now the DH for the Padres, Gavin Sheets. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
0-1's the count.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Here at the top of the second. Hit on the ground to the right side. He'll do it himself. One out in the second.
Not a bad outcome in that spot. The runner moves up to third, and now they have a chance to drive in the go-ahead run. It's not a knock, but at the end of the day, it's a good at-bat.
And a dangerous hitter coming up to hit in Xander Bogaerts. Fought off foul. Next offering is in for a strike.
0-2 is the count.
Arise stands at third with one gone in the inning. The shortstop takes the ball. Fouls it off, still 1-2. Stays alive. Gets a piece and stays alive. Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up. And delivers outside.
Really good take, especially with two strikes.
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Certainly a strikeout situation right there. The infield playing back, and this pitcher has to step up and get the swing and miss. Really nice job of attacking the hitter at the plate. Pretty big two-out at bat coming up now.
Now here's Jake Cronenworth. Clips the corner, and it's 0-1. And that one is inside, ball one. Right through there for a strike. Second inning here, no score. Next pitch is outside. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. And that is that. No runs, one hit, a double, no errors, and one man left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. We're tied 0-0. Bottom half of inning
Leading
number
up for
2.
the Phillies,
And here's the veteran
the right
outfielder,
fielder,
Nick
Nick
Castellanos.
Castellanos.
Castellanos, a former All-Star, 33 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2010. Foul ball, still 0-2. And that one upstairs, ball 1.
That's a really good job of laying off the 0-2 high fastball. Is going to make that pitcher really have to respect this hitter, even though he's behind in the count.
And that's way high. And the count is even, 2-2. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That's down. One hops off the wall. And that's a leadoff double.
Everything came together for him. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
Now batting Max Kepler. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Merrill sizing this one up and makes the grab. Runner tags at second, and he's in safely at third with one out.
Batting 7, the catcher, JT.
So the go-ahead run in scoring position. Real Muto getting ready to hit. This is a guy who is very highly regarded defensively. Fun to watch him control stuff behind the plate. Good game caller, good at framing, but it's that big arm that really stands out.
You come into the game knowing that unless the ball's in the dirt or gets by him, we're probably not going to steal anything today. So that's where you want to get a little more aggressive on your secondary lead and hope that some base hits, some slugs, some home runs can come into play. Well, I'll say this as a former position player and base stealer, when you come into a game and you've got a guy like this behind the dish with a big arm, you really have to change your approach. You can't try to steal because you'll get thrown out. Maybe get a little bigger lead, be aggressive on the secondary, but this type of guy shuts the running game down.
Outside low, and the count's even at 2. That one is absolutely belted. Bangs off the wall, and they strike first as they take a 1-0 lead.
Comes through with the RBI. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
One out, runner at second. Now the third baseman. Line drive, takes it in for the out.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate.
You have to be careful throwing him breaking pitches, even in an 0-0 count. He loves going after the off-speed stuff, and he's really good at hitting it.
On the ground to first. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the out. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 1-0. This is Phillies baseball on the show Northeast. On to the third inning. Now batting
Padres,
Tyler
the
Wade.
left fielder, Tyler Wade.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And that one's a little bit low. And that is ball 1. Out to short. On the run, sends it over to first, and it beats him. What a play.
Batting ninth, the catcher, Martin
Maldonado up to hit. Swings through that one for strike one.
This guy's got such a good sinker. As a hitter, you've got to look up in the zone. If you look down, you're going to be chasing stuff in the dirt.
Swings through that one for strike two. One out, base is empty. And that misses. Now 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Definitely made him chase a little bit out of his zone right there. I don't think that's a strike if he takes it. Pretty textbook pitching. Get ahead in the count, get the guy in the box on his heels, and then force him to chase your pitch where he doesn't have much of a chance to do any damage.
Tatis stands in now and watches strike one. And it's fouled away. 2 outs, base is empty. Got him swinging. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego. They still trail 1-0. Back here in Philadelphia as we go to the last of the third. This is Bryson Stott. Left field. Wade on the move. Makes the catch, and there's one gone.
Woo, he was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Here's Turner now. He's 0 for 1. That's in there. That's strike one. On the ground to the left. Gets it to first. And they get Turner for the out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Kyle.
2 down, base is empty.
Schwarber.
And Kyle Schwarber will come up. His first at bat was a strikeout. That's too low.
That's low.
Ball 1. And there's a ball.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
2 strikes to a guy who's already 0 for 1 with the punch out. The only guy in the lineup with that strikeout, but you can't get too relaxed. You still got to make good pitches to get him out.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And it's a 3 up, 3 down inning. Phillies down in order, but they still lead it 1-0. All set for the start of the inning. And now the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. That's outside. 1-0.
You know, these Padres, as this game goes on, have to be more disciplined at the plate. They're chasing a lot of pitches outside the zone, and those chases that are turning into a bunch of outs. Can they turn that around and stay within the zone? We'll see, but I think they have to.
Next offering is downstairs. In the zone for a strike. That was the sweeper. Out to short. Trey Turner gloves it. And one gone in the fourth as they get the leadoff man.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here's Machado. Fly to left his first time. And Manny gets a piece. The Phillies up by a run. Top half of inning number 4. And a foul ball. And down on strikes. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Luis Arias, the next up for the Padres. Doubled his first time up. In there, and it's 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
The 0-1. Liner, base hit. So he gets on base and keeps it going.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Here's Gavin Sheets now, left-hand bat, grounded out his first time up, and a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Arise off of first with 2 away. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Foul ball. It stays 0-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Two outs. In the air on the infield. Under it. Makes the grab. And that is that. One left for San Diego. Still behind by a count of 1-0. Bottom 4, and now it's Alec Bohm.
Phillies, the first baseman, Alec Bohm.
First offering, and it just misses. That clips a corner. And there's a foul ball. In the air, right field. Hauls it in for the out.
Up next for the Phillies, the right fielder,
Nick Castellanos at the plate now. A double and a run scored his first time up.
Boog, I never got to play at Citizens Bank Park in my career, just the old Veteran Stadium in Philadelphia, but the crowds here are just as energetic now as they were at that old park. And trust me, as an outfielder visiting town, you're going to hear it from the fans out there in the bleachers.
On the ground, right side. Sends it to first, and Castellanos is out.
Now batting, left fielder, Max Kepler.
2 outs, base is empty. Max Kepler at the plate, 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. And that one is downstairs, and that's ball 1. That's down and in. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th.
That's a ball.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
2 down, nobody on. Swinging a foul straight back. And he hits a ground ball right side, and foul ball. Ripped right field. That's back there. That one way back, and it's gone. He'll circle the bases, and they add on. It's 2-0.
Those are the at-bats that leave pitchers exhausted. He had to throw a lot of pitches and still gave up the long ball. That's a bad combo. He got his front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
And now it's JT Realmuto. That one misses. Ball 1. That one missed.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
Center field. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. The Phillies add another on this solo homer. And it's 2-0. It's Major League Baseball on the show. And we're back. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Xander Bogaerts. Wheeler back to work. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play.
You know, these Padres showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Starter's leash has to be getting tighter with his pitch count where it is, but so far he's been really effective in this one.
The shortstop takes the ball.
You know, sometimes it just takes getting to the bullpen in order to be able to score runs, and that might be the case today.
Next offering is down low. miss. Curveball struck him out.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a
The
power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
Now it's the second baseman, Jake Cronenworth. 0 for 1 as he popped out foul to third his first time up. Late swing, foul to the left. Cronenworth, a 7th-round pick by the Rays in 2015 out of the University of Michigan, where he was a two-way guy. And in fact, the Rays used him that way. That one inside, look out. The Padres trailing by 2, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swings through that one out in front that time.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Battling here as he fouls it away. One down, base is empty. Good job to fight that one off. And a 1-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Good battle here. About to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. This one in the air. Boom. They got it for out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder Tyler Wade.
So digging in now for San Diego, Tyler Wade grounded out his first time. There's a strike. Wade goes 6'1", 30 years old now, and he was drafted in the 4th round back in 2013. Ground ball right side. Stop. Handles, throws to first. Padres go down 1-2-3. Nothing doing there for the Friars. They're still down. It's 2-zip. Back here in Philadelphia, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Here's the third baseman, number 4. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Nope, that's off the plate. Ball 2.
Hard ground ball, base knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it, crazy. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Marsh batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Nobody out, runner at first. Swings and misses, and it's 0-2.
Spin rate's outstanding on that high fastball. Really tough to hit.
Swings and misses on the fastball up in the zone for the strikeout.
Just blown away in that at-bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at-bat like that as a hitter other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
stop at the plate and takes high there.
Always tough to turn two on a speedster like this. It's even harder with him coming out of the left-handed batter's box. You really need something to hit hard on the ground that they can handle to turn two quickly.
The 1-0. And that's outside.
That's a ball.
Chris, with that distraction and a speedy guy at first, he's in a favorable hitter's count.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be in.
Man at first, one away. And that
That's
one
ball
a
three.
little below the knees.
3-0.
And that's ball 3. On the ground, right side. And that one finds its way through. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now one out.
Now playing
Trenton
first
Brooks
base,
coming into the game
Number
now as the
41.
injury replacement.
Trenton Brooks.
Trey Turner now 0 for 2 in this one. First
Ball,
pitch
that's off the plate.
misses.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get two. Get out of this.
And that's
Ball, that's
outside.
out.
And the count now 2-0.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
2-0. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the
2-0.
zone.
1 strike. Ball.
Runners at first and second with one gone. Up the middle, and there's a hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with one
Now
out.
batting,
Look, I don't
the
think that pitch
designated
would have been
hitter,
called a strike,
Kyle
but he did such a nice job of
Schwarber.
pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
And the Padres manager making his way towards the mound as he will make the move. Dylan Cease won't go any further tonight. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for
A
the
new
Padres.
arm into the game, the righty,
Number
Sean
25.
Reynolds.
Just trying to keep this
Sean
one close here, and this is where a
Reynolds.
bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Kyle Schwarber comes up to hit here. Golden opportunity right here. Pitch
Ball,
misses
that's outside.
And that is ball 1. All loaded up. Dangerous hitter at the plate. In the air on the infield. And the infield fly is called.
Batter's out.
Now batting, the first baseman, Alec Bohm.
And here comes Alec Bohm.
And this is a big opportunity for him to pick up his teammate right here.
And there's the strike.
Tough situation right here.
0-1.
So important as a pitcher to get ahead in the count as he did right there.
So they're all loaded up with 2 outs. Swing and a ball line to center. Merrill brings it in with a nice running grab. Phillies leave them loaded, but they're on top 2-0. Back here, Citizens
Leading
Bank
off
Park,
for San Diego,
top of the 6th
the catcher,
inning. And here's the
Martin
catcher, Martin Maldonado. That's in for a strike at 95. 0-1. And ball one. And that's outside. Late with the swing there.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Next offering misses. 3-2 now.
Now in this 3-ball count, down in the ball game, you've got to be very selective. Take your walk if they'll give it to you.
Fouled off again, and it remains 3-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count. See ya! Strikes him out for the second time today.
Perfectly executed 12-6 curveball right there, and with that kind of break, if you can drop it in below the zone like that, it's going to look like a strike the entire way coming in and then just disappear. So hard to get under the ball unless you're really gearing up for it, and you might need a pitching wedge.
So with 1 down, it'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. That clips the corner. Fernando Tatis Jr. signed by the White Sox 2015 for $700,000. And then eventually moved in the James Shields trade in June of 2016. Wheeler winds and deals.
1-1.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The Phillies leading by 2, and we're the top half of the 6th. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 1 down, base is empty. Off the mark there, and it's 2-2.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
This one smacked out to left center. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
Well, I'm not saying that play was easy, but it was harder than it needed to be thanks to the bad jump. Those small moments can be costly.
Merrill.
One down. Here's the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. He's grounded out a couple of times. And that one fouled off.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Now a screamer into the outfield. Castellanos pulls it down, and there's 2 gone.
Now batting, third baseman, Manny Machado.
Here's Manny Machado. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. Tatis leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And Manny gets a piece. Base knock right field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. The ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Trenton Brooks. And the Phillies manager making his way towards the mound now as he will make a move.
Now pitching for the
Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Tanner
Number
Banks.
58.
Still a lot of game
Tanner.
left, and this game could go either way. So this is a big opportunity for him to get some important outs and try to help carry this lead into the later innings.
Right through there for a strike. Into center. Tracks it down for the out. And that's the third out. So a job well done from the Philly bullpen that time. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. And the 5, 6, 7 slots due up. It's the Phillies 2 and the Padres nothing. Bottom of the 6th. And now the right fielder, Nick Castellanos.
Nick Castellanos.
The other way, and out number 1 on the grab.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Here's the left fielder, Max Kepler. He went deep back in the 4th. A pretty important swing of the bat in this ball game.
Yeah, Boogie, he didn't waste any time. He jumped all over that pitch and saw it the entire way. You talk about squaring it up. He didn't miss a stitch on the baseball.
On the ground, Cronenworth throws to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, catcher, JT Real Muto.
JT Real Muto steps in. It's interesting he plays kind of a power spot defensively, but runs pretty well. So when you're looking at that position, you're not expecting someone that has maybe above average speed, but he does.
And I think that skill set really upgrades the position because when you have that kind of speed, it makes the whole team that much better.
What about him playing another position on defense, one that would require a little more range?
Absolutely. And I think if push came to shove where they had to make a move during a game, it'd surprise a lot of people.
There's a swing and a drive. That one opts against the fence. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay, but he's in there easily.
All over that one right there. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
So runner at second, 2 down. Now the third baseman. Swing and a ball lifted in the air left field. Pretty well struck. That one back there. Get out of town. He sends a rocket to left. It's 4-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that at bat, Boog. Aggressive, and it paid off. See a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
And now for the Phillies, Brandon Marsh. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Merrill has this one sized up, and that is that. But the Phils get 2 on this blast. It's now a 4-0 ball game. And welcome back to the ballpark. New inning getting started. And now here is Gavin Sheets. And first offering is fouled off. Late on that fastball.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. Castellanos ranges back. And it is gone. And they cut into the deficit. It's 4-1.
That gives this offense something to celebrate for the first time in this one. Boog, I wasn't sure he hit that one as hard as he needed to get it out of here, but it had just enough behind it for the homer. What an attempt at the wall, though. He really gave a terrific effort to try and bring that one back.
And here comes Sander Bogaerts. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in the top half of inning number 7. And that drops in for a strike.
Well, a good slider from an opposite-handed pitcher has to stay in that tunnel just a little bit longer. Otherwise, recognition can cause you to barrel it up. And right there, the hitter clearly couldn't do anything with it.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Well, he made pretty quick work of him right there. You look at the sequence, everything down at the knees and below. And some guys are good low ball hitters, but right there, they clearly had a plan to pound that part of the zone, and he wasn't able to put up much of a fight.
Jake Cronenworth, the next to hit. That one to first. Boom. And he takes it himself for the out.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Tyler Wade, the next up for the Padres, has grounded out a couple of times. And first offering is fouled off. Ball one there.
That's inside.
Two outs. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Just missed. This one in the air, right field. Castellanos gets under it. He's there. He's got it. And that is that. The Padres get one in the inning with a solo blast. It's now 4-1.
Now pitching for
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Yuki Matsui.
And they felt it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Now Bryson Stott.
The second baseman, Bryson Stott.
Just missed.
You know, these Phils, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They have 5 extra base hits on the stat sheet so far, and that tells me they're seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well.
Cronenworth throws on to first. And one away in the
batter,
bottom of the
number 7. Shortstop, Trey Turner.
Here's Trey Turner. 1 for 3.
With all those extra base hits, it's easy to think we're going to see that trend continue the rest of the game. They seem to be really locked in at the plate.
Top of the zone for a called strike. Up and in, and it's 1-2.
One ball, two
Bullpen
strikes,
action for the Padres. Wandy Peralta preparing to come on if needed. Morejon, the power lefty, up as well. Fights that one away, still 1-2. Base is empty, one away. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Fouls it off, still 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Inside, almost got him.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. To third, handled by Machado. Throws to first in time. That was a strong at bat, even though he couldn't find a way on base.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Kyle.
2 down, base is empty.
Schwarber.
Kyle Schwarber now at the plate. 0 for 3 in this one.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
And there's a ball. He swings and fouls one off. 2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's a ball, went with the sweeper. Not close with that one. 3-2 now.
Hanging in there pretty good against the lefty.
And he chases that one. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. We're at the top of the 8th. Stepping in for San Diego, Martin Maldonado. The Padres in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. I need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Banks back to work. And a swing and a miss.
Pitching has been pretty dominant in this one, but you got to be careful. Not working with too big a lead. They could get right back in this ball game if you're not careful.
Swing and a miss.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously. So he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Tatis in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Got to keep things airtight defensively right here. On your toes, ready to make a play. If you can get this to the 9th with a 3-run lead, it should be a W.
Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. One down, base is empty. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. That's to third, and that one handled. Whips it to first. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 8th.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
2 outs, base is empty. Jackson Merrill will hit next. That's towards center. Marsh moves under it. He's got it, and that is that.
Now pitching for
out of the
Padres,
bullpen for the Padres, Adrian
number
Morejon.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality
Morejon.
pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Alec Bohm
Leading
digs
up
in
for
down.
the Phillies, the first baseman,
Morejon, the
Alec
lefty who lights up the radar
Bohm.
gun. 26 years old, and he was born in Cuba. And there's a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Swing and a liner foul off to the right. And down on strikes he goes. 1 out.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter
The
saw
right
it all the
fielder,
way
number 8,
coming from
Nick
that opposite arm angle. So I got to think he was looking away and just got locked up by the hard stuff boring in on his hands.
And that one fouled off. Next offering way off the plate. The 1-1 is fouled off. And that one is in the dirt. And the count is 2-2. And that's down and away. That one out to right. Tatis after it. Reaches for it, but it's foul. That one down the line, and that's just foul.
Well, he's desperately looking for that swing and miss. He's going to have to just change speeds a little bit, try to move it around, create just a little bit of illusion at the end.
3-2. Out to short. Bogarts tosses to first, and Castellanos is out.
Good sinker low in the zone right there and produced
Phillies,
exactly what he was
the
looking
left
for.
fielder,
Ball on the
Max
ground. Nice ground out.
Kepler.
2 down, base is empty. Max Kepler stands in for the Phillies. He's already homered in this game. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Swing and a foul out of play. That misses the zone. 1-2 the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Tatis going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. And we're back. Here's Manny Machado now.
The third baseman, number 13, Manny Machado.
Now a high fly ball out to left center. Marsh on the move. Makes the catch for the out.
The batter, the first baseman, Trenton.
And now the first baseman, Trenton Brooks. He's 0 for 1. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a pop-up. Foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. The Phillies leading by 3 here at the top of the ninth. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Padres with only 1 out remaining.
He's locked in at the plate when he's using the whole field. He was out in front there. Just needs to let the ball travel a little more, and his timing will be back on track. Good pitch for the strikeout.
And a foul ball. Next pitch is downstairs. And that is out of play. This could end it. And a foul ball. He stays alive. To first, and this should do it. Steps on the bag himself. Ball game.
Just a tremendous performance by this guy to get the save today. He was out there for multiple innings, did an excellent job, never looked over his shoulder to see if anybody was warming up in the bullpen. Skipper gave him the ball. He didn't want to turn it over until this game was over. Nice job of keeping his team in the game and a way to secure the win.
4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.